Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay. Um, get the beam out of the eye part two. So I say that to say this, like, you know, when you're in a relationship, it's a whole lot comes with it. When y'all two together, it's like you're responsible for each other. Like it's not about you no more. It's all about her. Like saying it with her. It's not about her. It's all about him. But I'm going for the head because this is the head I'm talking about, which is the brother. So in a relationship, engagement or marriage, it's not about you no more at all. Now it's about, the main important thing is God, the kids, the wife. The last thing you think about yourself. So everything you decide and speak and dress, you represent them. You're not representing you. So it's God to children, the wife and yourself. The whole responsibility in your hands. Even though you make mistakes, but you show them like you don't want them to do the same thing. So it's not just one channel. There's a lot of channels, like the way you dress, the way you speak, the way you act, the way you respond, the way you carry yourself. You thinking about them. You want to be the example towards them. You on to their level. You pleasing them. Most of all, you pleasing God. So you got to put the feelings and everything to the side for them. Even when a situation comes up, regardless, no matter what, you still got to do it. You can have a bad day at work. You ain't want to bring that. You do not want to bring that at home towards them. You ain't want to take it out to your wife, your kids, and none of that. Same thing go for the wife. You understand? Now, when a disagreement comes or an argument comes, main thing, you the head. You got to find out, okay, where the problem come from. So if it comes from you, you got to find. It's like y'all sit down, y'all talk about it, discuss it. If the head or the neck don't want to talk about it, just want to, let it die away and then come back everything good, guess what? That problem gonna come right back to you again till you find out what's the cause of it and what it started from. Now, if it started from the head, it's like, okay, the computer keeps shutting down, keep freezing up. You keep turning off and on, you unplug it, you plug it back up. You're still trying to find out why the computer's stacking up. Kind of find out it's a virus. Okay, since you see it's a virus, you take it to the shop. They find out where the virus coming from. Coming from one of them websites. They clean everything up. They take the virus out. They bring you, everything on the computer is done and reset. They bring you get the computer from the shop. You take it back home. Everything work naturally perfect, fine, ain't no problems, everything runs smooth. The same thing in a relationship. When there's a problems occur, you find out what it is. All you got to do is acknowledge to it, confess it, admit what you did is wrong, say I'm sorry, please forgive me, what happened again, and everything, and it's laid to rest. Because when the problem occurred again, you know what not to do. Now, the problem with the relationship is the reason why the divorce is increasing, or the reason why people get in a relationship, and 5 people broke up with the same reason from that person. That person got a problem. They just don't want to acknowledge to it and don't want to admit they're wrong. Even you set the example to it, like I keep telling you what the problem is over and over and over. You don't want to acknowledge to it, then you go your separate way. And when you go your separate way and you get to like other relationship in the future and the same history repeating itself, you may be thinking like that person got a problem, that good person got a problem. What about the beam in your eye first? That's what the problem is. You're always talking about, I don't have a problem. Yeah, you got a problem. When you tell somebody you don't have a problem, it's the opposite and more to that. Then it's like you go to other people, you could talk to your sisters or your friends or your cousin or somebody at work or one of your associates or somebody you just met and cool with. You tell them all your problems. That means it's something going on with you. You don't want to knowledge to. You the problem, but you don't want nobody knowledge to it. You don't want nobody to mess with your nerves. At the same time, you talking about other people. You talking to other people about your mate or your boyfriend, your husband or your fiance problem just to make you feel so good, and trying to hide yourself, and the problem is really you. So that's the thing. It's like, if your house dirty, if you got dishes in the sink and you let it sit there for like days and weeks and months, yeah, that's a huge problem. Creates a smell, and then next thing you know, roaches come in, and the same thing in people's lives. That problem occur over and over. You get in a different relationship. Everybody see what's going on with you. Then you get on Facebook and Instagram posting like, if you see this person, let you know you stay away from them. They good. They know they ain't no good. They cheated on me. They with this girl driving this Jeep. If you say on that on Facebook, if you're gonna tell one side of your husband or your girlfriend, why not tell your side too? But if you're not telling your side, but you want to tell what your husband, your girlfriend, or your wife did to you, it really is not them, it's you. You could tell this person, you could put on Facebook, I caught this person driving, they caught with a woman in the car. Really, you don't want nobody to know, like your husband or your boyfriend or fiance or your girlfriend or your wife find out that you've been cheating on her, or you just don't want to work. You expect him to take care of you, or you just expecting him to do everything, cook, clean, take care of the kids, while you at home sitting around playing video games, smoking weed, and just watching love stories and soap operas and looking at love books. And that would make a person do what they're supposed to do, even though if a person got a problem and they want to come to you and talk about it, and you tell that person, well, I ain't want to listen to it, I'm not interested. The problems that you going on at work, or almost got fired and almost got put out of your place, I'm not interested in that. When you tell a man or a woman about that, whatever, that gonna make a man or woman do something else. Then you gonna put on Facebook like, they the problem, they should make that move. How not gonna make that move when you say you're not interested of that conversation, that person got a serious problem? Like, that's backwards. So get that beam out of your eye first. Even though you got a podcast or YouTube channel was talking about, the woman, the woman, the woman, the woman, the man, the man, the man, the man. What about you? What about, okay, we take it further. Okay, what about your dad? Okay, if you want to talk about women, okay, look at your dad. Matter of fact, look at your mom. How your mom act towards your dad. Why your dad, when you act like that, okay, your dad act like that, but how your mom act like that too. When you say about the same thing about women, that's the same thing you say about, about your mom too. But you're not going to do that because that's your mom. You got to respect her if you want to live longer. So you got to look at your dad too. Why, the same way you act, why your dad act like that? He got some problem too that you have too, but it's something else is going on with him that he's not telling you. Same thing with your granddad. Same thing with your grandma. Same thing with your aunt, your uncle, your cousins, all that. So, but the main thing is, the worry about outside, look at yourself. Get the beam out of your eye first. That's the main thing. So, it's deep. The rabbit hole is deep. You got to look into your heart. You got to look into your soul. Even you got to fast and pray and put everything to the side and listen to the word of God. And when he responds to you, you got to take heed upon it. Because man, words will lie. Every man's word is a lie, but God's word is the truth. And it's eternal, and it's undefeated, and that's his promise. So the main thing is look at you. Once everything correct and you got everything locked down and it's correct and it's in order, and when people come into your life, they ain't want nothing to do with you. It's not you. It's the light at you that they don't want it. They don't want it in their life because the candle lights is out. So if you get into a relationship with different women and you discover that, okay, my marriage, she cheated on me and got pregnant. The relationship I got into, she said I was not her type. Then you get into another relationship with her, with another woman. She reveals some secrets, and you reveal yours, which it wasn't a secret. Then when you find out what the secret was, y'all just had a disagreement. You went your separate ways. She came back, wanna give you a chance, even though you ain't done nothing wrong. But she admits she wrong, and y'all get into a relationship. Kind of find out her secrets been revealed. It came out almost a year later. She cheated on you. Y'all with your separate ways. Years later, she want to get back with you, and the relationship that she was in, it was in that she cheated on you. It didn't work out, so you just move on. Then you turn around. You've been engaged to somebody. It's like on the same page. Now you discover not only you got a problem, but your mate got a problem too. And then it's like when you break it down to this person and all, and it's like they don't want to take heed upon it, or they're always talking about you, even though you give them so many chances. When you lay your problems down on the table, you admitted it, you confess it, you deliver from it, and you ask for forgiveness and said it's overdone and it's laid to rest. Now, when it comes to your mate part, and that mate don't want to do the same thing, he or she bring up some stuff months later, another month later about the same thing, looking for different answers to satisfy them. But at the same time, when yours lay to rest and her or his ain't, and when you lay down with them, they don't want to respond to it. And then at months later, they repeat the same thing what they did a year later. That's when it comes to the point. You just got to move in silence and don't say nothing to them, leave them alone. And when you don't say nothing to them and you leave them alone, they think, oh, you got a problem. Not looking at the whole situation like, okay, the reason why he or she jealous on me because I done something wrong and I never confessed. He or she did his part, but why I didn't do my part? And now since you quiet and they notice that, now they're spying on your Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, anything. See what you're doing, how you're doing. They think you talking to somebody else. They're thinking you calling to text somebody or you seeing somebody else. Then they go on your Facebook or your Instagram page, see who likes your pictures the most, see who comments your pictures the most, and then that person, whoever likes the pictures the most, they go on that person's page, see if you like or comment their page the most. Ain't that weird? Like, then they go drive by your job, see if you come to work, or they see who bring you lunch, and they go drive by your church, make sure you go to church, or they have a contact with their friend and get their friend to check on you, even though they pay them, to get them to drive by your place, see what you're doing, see who you hanging around with. Like, even they call your friend. They don't know your friend, but they calling your friend and telling them everything about you, and they don't know you. You got to be careful. Get that beam out of your eye first. Even though you get the beam out of your eye first and you set that better example, it never going to be satisfied. By the end of the day, it's all about God. God knows what's best for you, and he'll take care of you. And he know what's best for you. You don't. So let that be clear. So it's amazing how life is, and it just everything has a message, has a meaning, has a signal, has a purpose, has time, has answers, has revelation, has life, also has death, has I did say messages. I also have definitions and details, most of all, numbers, secrets, and mystery. It reveals a lot. Life is to reveal a lot of things, a lot of answers in every different unique avenues. Especially the same way with get the beam out of your eye first. Everything starts from home. That's where your eye at. That's where the beam at. How you gonna tell somebody how you gonna go to some person's apartment and help them get rid of the ratchets and the roaches, and you got a lot of ratchets and roaches in your place? Now, if you continue to keep them in your house and you want to be friends with them, that says a whole lot about you too. You, the rats and roaches as well. Matter of fact, you'll protect them more than your life. So if something goes down with you and you do something wrong, you ain't want to expose that problem. You rather keep that problem as your best friend and the truth as your enemy. Not only the truth as your enemy, but people that got truth in them, they the enemies too. Like somebody got light in their life and doing better and being examples and trying to set influence on each other. You degrade them, you cut them off, you'll block them, you ain't want nothing to do with them. But when things go sour and deceased, now you want to text them and want to talk to them through a text. Get that beam out of your eye first, part 2.